Welcome to the Unshakeable Talks with me, Katy. This is where we lift the lid on what entrepreneurs are really going through. The struggles, the myths, the mistakes, and the things we've been sold to. This is where we talk about how we balance business and life. This isn't another podcast teaching strategy. This is where we talk about the raw, real truth about female entrepreneurship and what it really means to run a business and life and combine both of them together. Running a business as a woman isn't harder, it's just different. And it's time we talk about this. There is no cap on what we can achieve, because behind every business, there's the stuff no one dares to talk out loud. Welcome to the episode of What No One Says. And today, I put my sparkly red heels on because we're digging into the dark side of collaborations, which is a subject which I'm extremely passionate about. So we all know the hashtag women supporting women. I believe it's used on Instagram in excess of 21 million times. So we all like to use it. It looks glamorous. It's a cool hashtag to use. But what does it really mean? Do women actually support women? Or is it more hidden hidden jealousy, trust and sequence, really. So I want to talk to you about this today. So I'm a big believer, if you know me, you know, I'm a big believer in collaboration over competition. And collaboration is a beautiful thing if done right. But unfortunately, especially in the online industry, it's done very often with hidden motives. And I want to give you a couple of examples of this. I have a decent following on Instagram, as you know. So I'm approached constantly. People are in my DMs, are pitching. Would you like to come to my event? Let's do a live together. Let's do this. And there is a time and place for this. And I do this as well on my own terms. But 99% out of the people who are approaching me come with an alternative motive. It's very often really about creating a transactional relationship and not true connections. So let's pull the curtain back on this. We all have all those people who like your post the first time around. They clap for you in the beginning, but as soon as you start to do well for yourself or outshine their progress, they pull back. There's no liking on your Instagram posts anymore. There's no sharing of your achievements or your launches, your events, whatever it may be for you. It's all of a sudden they're not seen anymore. They're pulling back. And why is this? I call it a hidden jealousy. And we've all been guilty of it, including myself. I had to really learn not to get swept away from what we see online and really learn how to ground myself and pull back. But collaboration, when it comes from a transactional point of view, can actually be quite dangerous. And please don't get me wrong, there is a time and a place for transactional collaboration. Obviously, let's talk about affiliated programs, affiliated links. It's a very popular tool to use, and that's absolutely fine. I use it myself. It's two parties getting into a transactional relationship, and everyone gets what they are coming in for. So that's absolutely fine. So I'm not talking about those kind of collaborations. I'm talking about the collaborations of, okay, let's hop on a call together and I'll tell you about what I do, and you give me XYZ for free, for example. And in the online world, especially when you're starting out, you will see you tend to trade services. But where actually comes the point where you, what I like to say is put your money where your mouth is. Where does the point start for you where you actually say, okay, I got a bit of advice here. We kind of collaborated on certain things. We had a live on Instagram, for example. I got my name out in front of Katy's audience, and she got her name out in front of my audience. So that is like a win-win situation for both of us. We did each other a favor. But when comes the point where you then stop coming into my inbox and asking for all of this advice, all of this strategy, all of this, how should I do this, and actually pay me for my expertise? When does it start for you? Have a think about this, because quite often, and I bet some of you maybe feel like I call you out, but quite often that point never comes. And this is when collaboration becomes competition, really, because you are not really in it from the point of collaborating with someone and drawing on someone's expertise and giving back. You are just in it for yourself. And the same applies to a lot of events I have attended within my career. And I see this all the time. Of course, again, don't get me wrong, every event, most of them are geared up to sell something at the end. We're all kind of demonstrating, displaying our services, what we do, and there is always an upsell at the end. Everyone attending an event knows this, and that's absolutely fine. But what I have really noticed is there is, at last, I would say 5-6 events I attended to, there's always the same women attending who are at the end buying. And none of those products are related to each other. So it's completely different things. And I have a coach myself. So I have bought at one point from someone a coaching program. I obviously sell coaching services, so people are buying from me. But I don't randomly purchase because I've been talked into something, because I attended an event which I've paid for and which I wanted to get value from, but the only value I got from is being upsold another product, which isn't really needed. And where this comes from is from the competition out there. In my honest opinion, it comes from personal insecurities. And how are those insecurities are being formed? It is about what we see specifically online. What do we see our peers achieving or doing? What do we feel like we have to achieve? And that comes from not looking at people's achievement from a supporting point of view. It becomes competition. You're looking at someone as your competitor. You're looking at someone as, okay, she's doing X, Y, Z. Let me do the same. Let me steal her content. Let me slide into her DMs and figure out a way to kind of leverage off her success. And this is where it becomes dangerous, because what it does is it kills your confidence. You're not really secure within yourself. You don't really believe in that you can do it on your own terms. You're not really coming from a place of, okay, I like a little bit support and I support you back. You're coming from a point of competition. And this is where things usually go wrong. And a lot of people out there really, use it to their advantage. They are upselling to you, and you are the one who's buying, and you're buying the next program, the next course, the next thing you really, really don't need, and you keep spiraling and spiraling and spiraling and spiraling. And I really like everyone who's listening today, think about this. Has this happened to you? In the last week, how many people slid into your DMs and tried to upsell you something? And it always starts with, "Hi Katy, how are you? I saw your story on XYZ. Oh, I can relate to this." And which is very sad, but one of the posts which made this actually quite sad for me was when a few weeks ago my dog died. I had so many comments, so many people sliding into my DMs. And first they were all nice and they were all saying, "I'm really sorry for your loss, blah, 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 blah." And then the link came. "Oh, by the way, I have this going on right now. It may be of your interest." And my inbox was flooded with Stripe links, with links to programs which I could purchase, links to tickets to events which I could purchase. So it wasn't really genuine conversation. It wasn't they used something really vulnerable in my life at the time to upsell their product. And I think that is really sad. So let's turn this around to the positive. What is true collaboration for? What does it really mean? So I'll tell you what it means to me. To me, it means true support and collaboration means that you like each other's work, you support each other's work. So if you have someone within your network, for example, who just put out a post which you really liked, hit that like button. Maybe even go as far as sharing it on your story so you can give your business bestie or your supposedly business bestie or fellow coach a bit of exposure for free without alternative motive. And when you go into someone's inbox and you say, hello, how are you? Be genuine about it. Just don't make every conversation you have a pitch. Don't always pitch. Just have a conversation. Check in on people. For example, I've connected with some lovely ladies on events, really, really, and I would have never met those ladies. So this is why I go to events. I go to events to connect with people. And I've met some lovely ladies, and I've noticed recently that one of them had a bit of a hard time. I saw her not showing up as much as she used to show up, so I just checked in with her. I didn't sell her any of my products. I just checked in. I said, how are you? Are you okay? I've noticed you haven't been very present online, so I just want to check in. Do you want to come meet for a coffee? So make it genuine. Have normal conversations. Support each other. When you know someone is going full launch, you don't have to have an affiliated link to support someone. Just tell people around you about it. Like, I have clients who can benefit from people I know's products, and I will always recommend them. I always say, okay, I really think you could benefit with this. I take my clients and my people to events because I know they will benefit from it. I don't get an affiliated link. I'm not asking for an affiliated link to get an extra ticket. I send that link to my friends, to my business partners, to my clients and say, I really think you could benefit from this. Why don't you come along? That is genuine collaboration. And I know it doesn't always happen like this. And I know not many people do it for me. I'm not going to lie. But I really, truly believe those are my morals. And this is how I function. And that's almost like my mission. I want to create a space where we can get to know each other, truly get to know each other. Because I believe once you know someone and really get to know someone beyond the selling pitch and beyond the Stripe link, you hire each other and recommend each other from a point of trust. And this is what it's all about. And when collaboration gets down to the just transactional point, and when it's only about the transactional point, I actually believe it creates an unsafe space for us women because it starts to chip away on your confidence. We start to act differently and make decisions differently. We start to, like I said, get into this loop of like just purchasing and purchasing and purchasing and trying to kind of fill that void. And we become really vulnerable. And I really think this is a really, really sad place to be. As women, we can learn so much from each other. And I truly believe we would be so much better if we are there for each other and truly support each other. Because listen, it takes a village. Living life takes a village. Running a business takes a village. Why can't we just be there for each other and support each other genuinely? And I'm not talking about giving away things for free all the time. Absolutely not. There is a point where you should put your money where your mouth is and actually pay for services. Absolutely. But I'm talking about genuine connections where we can just get to know each other so we can actually hire each other and recommend each other from a point of trust. That's what I'm really passionate about. Thank you for listening to the Unshakeable Talks. And I've got a very, very special invitation for you today. On the 29th of November, I'm hosting a really special event in London. And this is not another networking event where you've been pitched to. So there's not a sales event dressed in sequence. This is an event where it's all about true connections and true collaborations for female entrepreneurs. And it is about celebrating yourself with people who understand what it means to go for the female entrepreneurship. This is not just a dinner. This doesn't just stop when the last cocktail has been drunk. This is part of my mission to bring together an exclusive group of women who are there to really collaborate and support each other. Head into the link into my show notes to purchase a ticket today.